It's been a tough few years for small businesses. There's been the COVID shutdown, the labor shortage, higher interest rates. Now the cost of capital is falling as interest rates are starting to ease. So with me is Alex McAloon, CEO of American Capital Group, to talk more about this, and in particular small business lending. So tell me about your background.
Sure.
And how you came to be helping businesses secure capital.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, Jane. So I started American Capital Group 16 years ago. Really, it was the end of the Great Recession, and there were no options for small businesses to secure credit. So I looked around and I thought to myself, where can I make an impact here? I mean, at the end of the day, American businesses are the backbone of the economy. So I started to build a network of both public and private lenders. And we've been fortunate enough to work with thousands of clients and fund over $1 billion in various programs.
Yeah. How interesting that you started at that time, too. And it was like the Great Recession, very scary.
Yeah.
What should business owners know about navigating the capital and credit markets right now?
Yeah. So I think the common misconception is that it's actually very difficult to secure financing. A lot of businesses will go into their local bank and they'll talk to the bank and maybe get a decline or maybe not get the approval that they were hoping for. The reality is, if they work with a company like American Capital Group, we have a lot of options. And so it's really just up to us to kind of guide them and understand where they are and what the best option is going to be.
Yeah.
So we have a few different options. Typically, we're looking at revenue-based non-dilutive financing, which is a great program for growth companies. And then also there's been a renaissance in the SBA. You mentioned COVID. A lot of borrowers worked with the SBA, and they can actually still secure additional financing from them.
Now, regarding a non-equity diluting debt, is that offered to companies that are public, companies that are private, both?
Yeah, so it's available to both public and private companies. It's great because since it's non-dilutive, the company can maintain the equity, which is obviously the most valuable thing that they have.
Sure.
It's similar to mezzanine type financing, but it doesn't have the covenants. So at the end of the day, the business can make the decisions that they seem fit and really make the choices that are going to be the best for them.
What is a common theme that your clients share?
Yeah, so we're lucky enough to work with companies all across the country, from mom and pop companies all the way to large corporations. The typical usage is going to be something like let's say a general working capital, right? So they may have just ongoing bills that they have to cover. They may have a payroll shortage, marketing, things in that category. And then we've got clients who are looking for like a one-time larger expense. So if they're going to do an acquisition, we can secure that financing. If they're doing, let's say, equipment purchase or some kind of large capital improvement, we have programs for that. I mean, a client that we just worked with, they were doing an acquisition or in the works on it for about 6 months. And then their lender actually fell through at the end. And so we were able to come in and help them get that closed within 30 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options for small businesses in terms of financing and credit. How can decision makers best determine what's right for them?
Sure. So, at the end of the day, we always start with a conversation with the business owner. Right. So we need to understand what the need is, what their situation is. And we start with this consultation. A lot of the time we'll also get calls from like an accountant or a CFO or financial advisor, also, seeking this information. And we look at the total picture and then we partner them up with the right lender. Because at the end of the day, it's not just what the borrower wants, right? We have to find the lender that's interested and is a good fit for them. Yeah, that's one of the reasons that we partnered with New to the Street. So we're actually offering a free consultation to any small businesses that's watching right now. We have a QR code and a number set up. So we really look forward to working with small businesses, and we hope that we can help them continue to grow and help the American economy.
Alex, with so many funding options available, how can a business owner know what's best for them?
Yeah, absolutely. So, the first step is always to have that consultation with us at American Capital Group. Our number one goal is to understand what the need is for the business. Then we start to talk about what their current situation is, and we'll put them together with the right funding options. We have a number of lenders, and it's really important that we pair them up appropriately. That's why we've partnered with New to the Street. So we're going to be offering a complimentary consultation for any business owner that's interested in getting information on what their options are, whether that be immediately or just long term. We'll put together a QR code and a number, and we're just very excited and hope to support the small businesses across the country.
Yeah, great. I always try to support small businesses because I know how hard it can be. So
Absolutely.
thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Thank you.